Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory and praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Hakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, on, basically, some of us will be beheaded, for Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright, and Apostle Hall, the Elder Amawan Gabar did a video. I just got done listening to the Elder Amawan Gabar's video, and Lord put on my spirit to do a video on it too, because these are the times that we really have to, think of, we got to think about it, alright, and prepare our minds, for the times to come. We're not coming into no times of peace or joyous being. Nah, we're coming into some evil times, evil going into bad times, So real quick, I'm going to start off with this. Revelations 13 and 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So see, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is going to cause everyone on this whole planet, to receive a mark. And what is that mark? That's the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Alright, which is the micro C hip. Alright, that little grain of rice. Alright, he's going to cause the whole world to receive this. It's going to be mandatory. And if you don't get it, basically you're going to be an enemy to them, But it says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it don't matter your status, where you're at, you're in prison, you're free, it don't matter. This is gonna be mandatory, It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Alright, so you're not gonna be able to do nothing in this society, You're not going to be able to do nothing in this society. You're not going to be able to go out, buy some food, live at a house. You're not going to be able to do nothing. Alright, literally nothing. Alright? That's why Ezra, he had, in the book of Ezra, told us to be as pilgrims, in these times. I'm roughly paraphrasing. Pilgrims, they're not just in one place. They're moving around. And it's going to be, we're going to really have to be doing that, because there's going to be such great evils here, And we know it's a great punishment for taking it. So, us in the know, we're ought not to take it, Because Yahawashi, he told us the things that's about to come to pass, alright? So, real quick. This is Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight. See, it says they that fear the Lord. Who's the ones that truly fear the Lord? The elect. Alright, the elect fear the Lord. Alright, so they're preparing the minds, alright, for the times to come. Alright, the Hebrew word for heart is lav, meaning mind. Alright, so the elect, alright, I'm part of that number, and whoever else is listening, you're part of that number too, we're preparing our minds for these times to come, We're not, we're not preparing our minds for, when Yahawashi crack the clouds, he's gonna be, nah. We're preparing our minds for, when before Yahawashi crack them clouds, when the missiles start hitting, when the missiles being shot over, I'm gonna have to call on the Lord like a motherfucker in that day, and hope that he saves me, I'm preparing your mind for, when this micro C hip is implemented and I'm thrown into that prison and I'm under that guillotine, I'm gonna still call on the Lord, preparing your mind for all of that, it says, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men, for as his majesty is, so is his mercy. So at the end of the day, we're going to rely on Yahawashi, to deliver us from what's about to befall this earth. Especially the micro C hip, the MOTV, because it's a great punishment for that. And I don't want to be part of that. The lake of fire. All right, that's that punishment. Your ass get cast into the lake of fire. You don't get beamed up into that chariot when the missiles hit America. You stay down here and just burn. As it says, you're gonna be tormented. And I know myself. I don't want to be tormented. Just even touching a hot pan, that shit burn like a motherfucker. So imagine being burnt. Just your whole body just being burnt. And the Lord just keeping your soul in your body. You feeling all of it. I'm good. I'm good. Lord willing, the Lord, keeps me in that day, Shit. But this is Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So see, that's Yahawashi speaking. Alright? Yahawashi is telling us to be faithful unto death. Alright? So and he said fear. Alright, he said don't fear. Alright? Don't fear. The scripture say, shit. I believe it's like Psalms 118. I will not fear men. What can men do unto me? I'm roughly paraphrasing. Because at the end of the day, men can only do to us what the Lord permits. It's only what the Lord permits. The Lord willing, if I can find this quick precept, I believe it's in Matthew 10 or something around there. If the Lord wants you to get your head cut off, you're gonna get your head cut off. If the Lord don't want you to get your head cut off, your head is not gonna be cut off. If the Lord want to give you spiritual powers at that exact moment, that's gonna happen. All right. So we gotta understand who we're dealing with. This is Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. All right. All right, Yahawashi said he has power over everything, So, we have, at the end of the day, that's why we build up ourselves right now. That's why we're in the moment of building up ourselves, in the scriptures, praying to the Lord, all right? Because, having that full trust and faith in Yahawashi, that's what's going to get us in that day. That's what's going to keep us in that day, Matthew 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right, so we're ought not to fear, niggas that could kill our body. All right, they could destroy our body, and guess what? They can't do nothing else. They can't do nothing else. All right. They can't grab your spirit, come back down here and, torment you again. They can't do that, And at the end of the day, the Yahawashi is controlling them, But it says, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So we're supposed to be fearing Yahawashi, all right, his words. Alright, because if you fear the white man, the so-called white man in these times to come, and you're not fearing the Lord, you're dooming yourself, because this white man can't give you a greater punishment than the Lord, Yahawashi is gonna cast you into that lake of fire, So that's who we're supposed to be fearing, Yahawashi. Alright? He could kill us. Alright? Then back alive, all right, and torment you, in that lake of fire, all right. Hey, that's who we supposed to be fearing, So that was it on that. So I'm going to read Revelations 2:10 again. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." Yep, see, we're going to be tried. And at the end of the day, see, this is the Lord's movie. This is what the Lord wants. All right, he's going to try some of us to see, are you really faithful? Do you really believe in me? And that's something that that's something I pray for, that the Lord keeps me in that day, because I believe, I believe in the Lord, and I don't want to be part of this judgment, It says, "Ye shall have tribulation 10 days," a certain period of time, all right? "Be thou faithful unto death." Yep. The so-called white man, he put, "Hey, take this micro C hip, take this chip, take this chip." If you don't, put you under that guillotine, I'm gonna chop your head off, Hey, you still gotta be faithful, all right? And just like the Amawan Gabar, before he even said it was a spirit, I was thinking of Stephen, What was Stephen doing? He was praising the Lord, he was praising the Lord while he was, on his deathbed, basically. And guess what? Guess what he seen? He seen Yahawah and Yahawashi when he looked into the sky. So we're coming into some beautiful times. It's gonna be the same thing for us. Miracles is gonna be happening. Some of us might die, but guess what? You're gonna be the first one risen up with Yahawashi. All right, or you're gonna be the first one, coming with Yahawashi. All right. It says, "And I will give thee a crown of life." So see, the Lord's going to give us a crown of life, immortality. All right. True life. All right. you know. Here, and I'm going to get this too. Revelations 3:10, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." So see, we're not in this truth for no reason. We're not doing the work for no reason. All right, we're not suffering for no reason. It's so the Lord can keep us in that day. And so the Lord don't forget our labors of love. We don't want to be the ones that, oh, I got too tired, I fell out. Now the micro seizure comes, I'm gonna try to call on the Lord. Nah, it's not gonna work like that, So right now, hey, we're suffering, all right. We go through the trials that we have to go through now, all right, and still doing the work, all right. So what? So we can, so the Lord so the Lord can keep His Spirit on us, not to take that micro C hip in that day, Hey, this is about to come upon all the world. It's about to be crazy. This is about to be crazy, And He's gonna make it really seem like, hey, this is truly the way out to people, And if you're not in the Spirit in that day, you're gonna get caught up in that, If you're just looking upon the flesh, all right. Hey, the scriptures say a carnal mind is enmity with Yahawashi. We got to be spiritual. We always got to be spiritual. All right, reflecting on the scriptures. All right, because at the end of the day, everything is spiritual. So yeah, So that's pretty much it. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Gonna give all glory and praises to it. Like, I don't know if y'all just heard me. Somebody was trying to call me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Gonna give all glory and praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. All right, shalom.